NLWN-TV presents the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Now, join us as we get ready for baseball in the dugout.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's fan appreciation game as the 2024 Chippewa River Baseball League champion Eau Claire Cavaliers say thank you to the fans who supported them throughout the 2024 season when they take on the 3-7 Menomonie Eagles. The Cavaliers come into today's game on a real high note after earning a come-from-behind 6-4 victory over the Eau Claire Bears to capture the Chippewa River Baseball League crown. Coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Eagles. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Ryan Bembnister's outlook on today's game in the Ryan Bembnister Show. Following that, we'll take a look at the upcoming Wisconsin Baseball Association playoffs. Also, we'll take a moment to get to know one of this season's Cavalier players in Cavalier Profile. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's fan appreciation game from Carson Park. So it's time to get ready for some baseball action, and we'll do just that coming up right after this brief timeout as you're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Very shortly, the Eau Claire Cavaliers will wrap up their home season when they take on the Menomonie Eagles in the annual fan appreciation game. The Chippewa River Baseball League champion Cavaliers gained that title when they topped the Eau Claire Bears in a come-from-behind 6-4 win on Saturday. Now, in that Cavalier win over the Bears took a 4-0 lead into the fifth inning. Now, keeping the Cavaliers within striking distance was some fine defensive play by catcher Sam Knickerbocker.
And there's a high pop foul. Knickerbocker moving back. And he made the catch! Right against the fence. Knickerbocker made the catch.
The following inning, Knickerbocker did it again, this time fielding a foul bunt.
Showing bunt. He bunts that straight up in the air. Knickerbocker makes the catch! A spectacular catch right in front of us. Sam Knickerbocker fielding his position.
In the top of the fifth, Cole Timon got the Cavaliers scoring jump-started with his solo shot to left field.
Here's the wind in the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. That one's way back. It's on. A home run for Cole Timon. Timon rounding third and coming to the plate with his first home run of the season.
The Cavaliers picked up another run in the fifth when Trenton Palmer scored on a wild pitch. Cooper Dykes, who took the mound in relief of starter Eli Rathke in the third inning, retired 15 Bears in a row in his 5 innings of work. In the seventh inning, with Xavier Bembnister on third and Jackson Vance running for Knickerbocker on first, the Cavs successfully executed the double steal play with Bembnister scoring to bring the Cavaliers within 1.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Runner goes. And he's in there, and the run comes in to score. So give Knickerbocker, actually it's Jackson Vance, who's running for Knickerbocker, a stolen base, as you give Bembnister a stolen base of home. And that puts the Cavaliers within 1 in the tying run and scoring position.
The next inning, with runners on the corners again, Brayton Tillman scored when the Bears pitcher Chevy Tollefson tried to pick off Carson Windishausen at first, but the ball shot past first baseman to the fence, allowing Tillman to score to tie the game.
Windishausen takes his lead at first. Throw over to first. Windy's back in. Ball gets passed and to tie the game. Brayton Tillman ties the game. Windishausen goes over to second on the air.
In the top of the ninth, Tillman blooped an RBI single to center field, allowing Jackson Vance to give the Cavaliers the lead.
And there's a soft fly ball out into center field. It falls in for a base hit. Rounding third and coming in to score is Jackson Vance, and the Cavaliers have taken a lead.
Tillman then scored on a bases-loaded walk to Trenton Palmer to make the score Cavaliers 6, Bears 4. Tyson Woodcock, who had worked the 8th inning, took the mound in the 9th and shut the Bears down in order to earn his 2nd win of the season and a championship for the Cavaliers.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball over to second. Dayton with it. Throw to first. And the Cavaliers are your 2024 Chippewa River Baseball League champions. First time for the Cavaliers to take the CRBL championship.
The Cavaliers and the Eagles met earlier this season, with the Cavaliers winning back on July 1st, 8-1. Leading Menomonie at the plate this season has been Sean Bernard, who's hitting at .414 pace, including a pair of doubles and a home run. He's being followed by Evan Cisco, batting at .385 with 2 doubles. Leading the Eagles in at-bats is Ryan Cisco with 30 and also has contributed a pair of doubles. Cooper Bruja and Sam Schleichert have chipped in 2 doubles each. Leading the way on the mound is Zach Peterson with an earned run average of 3.86 in 18 2/3 innings pitched. The workhorse for the Eagles has been Evan Cisco with 20 1/3 innings pitched and an ERA of 3.98. Cisco has struck out 21 opposing batters in those 20-plus innings. Thus far this season, the Cavaliers are being led at the plate by Sam Knickerbocker, who's swinging the bat at a .376 average. Knickerbocker is 38 for 101 at-bats, including 6 doubles and 18 RBI. He's followed by Xavier Bembnister, who's hitting at .316 with 4 doubles and 23 runs scored. Cade Mueller at .300 rounds out the Cavaliers, hitting at .300 or better. Caden Erickson leads the Cavaliers in runs scored with 25, along with a team-leading 8 doubles. On the mound, the Cavaliers are being led by Andrew Milner, who has a record of 7-2 plus a save and an ERA of 1.87 in 72 1/3 innings pitched, while striking out 89. Right behind him is Eli Rathke, who has a 5-0 record, including 3 complete games and a whip of 1.57 with 46 strikeouts in 47 2/3 innings pitched. Cooper Dykes has compiled a 4-win, 2-loss record with an ERA of 2.91. As a closer, Tyson Woodcock, who picked up the win in the championship game, has pitched 24 1/3 innings with a record of 2-0 with 4 saves and an ERA of 1.48. The Cavaliers have had complete game performances by Milner with 4, Rathke with 3, along with Jackson Vance and Mason Yarrington with 1 each. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get to find out Cavalier manager Ryan Bembnister's thoughts on his game in The Ryan Bembnister Show. You're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on NLWN-2. Coming up on Friday, August 23rd, the Colfax Vikings will travel to Whitehall High School to take on the Whitehall North. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking preview. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, August 23rd on NLWN2.
The Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire presents The Ryan Bembnister Show, where Cavalier manager Ryan Bembnister gives us his perspective on today's game. And now, The Ryan Bembnister Show.
Once again, we're at the Goat Coffee House. We've moved up to the conference room at the Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire. And we're talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Bembnister. And Ryan, before we get into today's fan appreciation game, let's take a look back at Saturday, where the Cavaliers won what could be described as a pretty big game. And in case people were living on another planet or something, fill the folks in on what happened on Saturday.
Well, I think we won our first CRBL championship ever as an organization.
That's a pretty big day.
I think it's a pretty big day. It's a pretty fun day. It was a really good baseball game. The Bears put up a really big battle, and they're a great team. And it's just we were able to scrape a few runs late, to say the least, and pull out a victory for the Cavaliers.
And it pretty good example of something we've talked about quite a bit this season, and that's the no-quit attitude of the Cavaliers and the comeback style that they played.
Yeah, we never feel like we're down and out of a game, no matter what the score is. The Bears put 4 on us in the first 2 innings, and we knew we had more arms in the bullpen that would help out Eli. He just wasn't finding the zone, but he came to battle for us, and that's the kind of the theme of this team too. Is pitchers know when they have it and don't have it, and they're not going to sit there because of their pride. They're going to be like, all right, let's get the next guy up, let's go. And I was real proud of Eli for that. Accepting the role that he had and accepting when we pulled him out of the game. And then the bats just they were there. We were hitting the ball hard again at people, and I thought, not again. Not this kind of day where we hit the ball and put it in play, but right where they are. Mm-hmm. But we ended up getting a couple of, we got that huge hit from Cole Tyman, and I'll talk about him a little bit later. But, the home run kind of sparked us a little bit, and then great defense out there got the guys motivated, and then we just started to plate some runs and do what we do.
Now, between the error-free play in the field and some timely hitting, some really alert base running, and solid pitching, this could very easily have been the most complete game the Cavaliers played all season long. Saved it for a really good time, but your comments about that?
100%. 100% on that one. Defensively, we were great. There's a couple plays that we thought we could have made to help the pitchers out a little bit that led to runs that were earned, but in the end, those guys came back later on and made some really good plays in the field to stop those guys from getting a little rally going. And then, like I said, this team is defined by their leadership. And leadership comes from Cole and Caden, Vance, all those guys that have been here for a while. And, we get this big home run from Cole Tyman, and you're like, all right, well, let's see another big hit from him. Well, his next big hit was a sacrifice bunt. Moving guys in the scoring position. That's what this team does.
Well, in fact, I made the comment during the game when he first showed the bunt. I said, that's kind of the long and the short of it, because that's the kind of player he is. He can go long ball if necessary, and yet he's very willing to lay down a bunt for just a little dribbler, just to get somebody over into scoring position. Yeah. And it worked, and that's the kind of contribution he made to the team.
Yeah, 100%. That's what these guys do, and that's what they lay it on the line for their teammates. Whatever it takes to get runners in scoring position, whatever it takes to make a play, they're willing to do it for their teammates, and it's great, and it's wonderful. And then, we got a first year, you go from a 6-7 year player to a first year player who, puts a little bloop single out in center field and gives us the winning run. It's just everybody contributed.
And earned himself the most valuable player of the game award. And so.
Yeah, it was, it's sad that it took to the 9th inning to get that lead. But, that's the nice thing. We had Cooper Dykes through amazing through 4 innings, shutting those guys down. And
15 batters in a row.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Not going to lie to you. He got the ball, and, he kind of, he's new to the team and stuff, so he's still getting his feet underneath him, a little wet for this, even though it's 30 games into the year or whatever. But, he didn't know how long he could go. He didn't know how short he could go. And every time he came in, he's like, I got one more. I've got one more. And that's what we wanted to hear from him all year long.
And it should have been, we should point out that he had just picked up the victory in the semifinal game over, of all teams, the Osseo Merchants. Yeah. He got the win in that game by throwing an outstanding performance, and then he came in and retired. I'm still stunned at that. 15 hitters in a row. He did let one get on base, but then again the defense came through for him and turned a double play.
Yep. Yeah, defense is strong behind him, and that was just something we expect from Coop and expect going forward, and that was amazing by him. Not just the two, he threw against Osseo the 3 days later, or 2.5 days later. He threw against the Bears the weekend before. So, that's the third time he's pitched in a basically a 6-day span. So we didn't know how much he had left in the tank, and, we you just fast forward to, Tyson, and Tyson does what Tyson does every game. He comes in and he basically shuts down teams. He got the save. he looked phenomenal on the mound.
Yeah, he didn't even get a save in that game. He got the win.
Yeah, he technically ended up with a win. Yeah, so, but I mean that's what he does. I mean, when he went out there for the 9th inning, I thought after the first couple pitches of those guys, I thought there's no way they're gonna put any hard contact and play against him right now. He's just dialed in.
And he absolutely showed why he's been so valuable to the team in that closer capacity, because he just really shut them down. They were off balance the entire time he was on the mound. And
that's what he does. And I mean, he's an amazing athlete. He's an amazing kid, and I'm just happy to have him on our squad.
Well, today the Cavaliers take on the Menomonie Eagles. Tell us about the Eagles.
We played them once already. We had a rain out against them the second time, but the first time we played them, it was a competitive game for most part of it. I think we pulled away in the end. I can't remember the exact score of that game, but they're a young team. They're looking to break into one of the CRB or one of the WBA regions. St. Croix Valley probably is the most logical place for them to be placed and stuff like that. But I don't think they've played too many games this year. They've been struggling to try to find.
I think they played 10.
Yeah, they've been struggling to find opponents just because they were late to the game a little bit for scheduling. We were lucky enough to get those guys on the schedule 3 times, including today's fan appreciation game, and so we'll give them 2 games on the year. And I know they're young, they're learning, they're coaches, just trying to get a program rolling again that used to be really good before they kind of dissolved away. So we're just happy to have them come to Carson Park on fan appreciation, and they're a good team.
And and it's, although their record doesn't show it, the other aspects of what they do, they're reliable, they come and they play hard, shows that they're a quality organization and will be a successful team at some point.
Yeah, I think so too. And once you've established yourself, especially being Menomonie, you got a university to pull from. You've got a big area to pull from itself with a 30-mile radius that these rules and regulations for all these teams. They're only going to get better. Just 2, 3, 4 years down the line, probably after they're able to recruit and get guys that they need, and they're going to fill good roles.
Now, today's game is the annual fan appreciation game, where the Cavaliers have the opportunity to say thank you to the fans who have been backing the Cavs all season. Talk a little bit about how important those fans are for the support that they've shown the players all year long, and how they helped lead the team to the CRBL championship.
I think we got the best fans in the state of Wisconsin, to tell you the truth. We got a huge following. There isn't a game that goes by that we're not a few hundred people at the stands. I mean, whether it's a Monday night game or a Wednesday night game or whoever the opponent is, rivalries are a little bit more. We can pack 300-400 people in there, which is pretty same for an amateur ball club. That's second fiddle kind of thing for Eau Claire area. You got the big boys, the Express there, then you got us. I mean, it shows you how much love Eau Claire has for baseball coming out to those 2 programs. But I mean, our program is amazing just with the fans. They always support. They're always getting autographs from the kids getting autographs from our kids, and our guys. They're always going in the stands and talking to them, and they're buying up gear and all this other stuff, and it's just amazing. And I would love to know what the stats are for when we go places, if we outnumber Cavs fans to the visitors fan.
Well, in that championship game, although the Bears hosted it, when I looked at the 2 bleacher sections that they had over there in Altoona, the Cavs bleacher section was pretty darn full.
Yeah, it was packed.
And the Bears section, they had some good fans there, but it was only about half full. And so I remember turning to Ann between innings and said, I think our fans are outnumbering theirs, even though it's their home game.
Yeah, and that's kind of what you expect. You're away, in an environment that's tough to play in. It's their field, it's their home thing, and then you get our fans there that can make some more noise and get behind the players a little bit, and it kind of feels that way everywhere we go. I mean, I remember a trip to Hudson where we kind of got beat up a little bit, but I look and I go, I think we're 2-1 at our fans in Hudson over Hudson's fans, which I thought was really cool. I mean, just we travel, the parents and the grandparents and the friends and family of all the guys and girls in the organization here. I mean, they just support us ridiculous, and we can't thank them enough. And hope we give them a good game tonight, a win tonight, and and kind of get our feet running for the WBA starting Saturday. So yeah.
And with that WBA tournament coming up this weekend, that's going to, I imagine, in some respects affect the lineup that you put on the field tonight, especially when it comes to the pitching, because you've got some arms that need to be there for the weekend. So who's getting the call to the mound today?
Being Fan Appreciation Night and guys that have been with the organization for a while, we're gonna give Jackson Vance the first option if he wants to start on the mound, if he wants to do something else for the field. But that's kind of the guy I was looking at. He hasn't been able to pitch a lot lately. He's played a little bit of a different role with their team going down this home stretch to win the CRBL. Because he's one of the faster guys, one of the smarter guys in the team. So, putting him at a courtesy runner for Sam, who gets on base a bunch, was a great move, and he's a smart baseball player, and he helped us win both those games. And I thought a reward for him and for the fans to see him on the mound with what he can do.
And the look on his face when he came in and scored. I don't remember if it was the run to bring us within one or if it was the tying run, but it wasn't the tying run, but so it must have been the one to bring us within one, or maybe it was the run to put us up by one. But the look on his face, I just remember seeing that, the grin on his face as he crossed home plate. And if you go back into the archives of that game and watch that game, you will see it, because he's coming right into the camera as he makes that score, and he is one happy guy.
He is. Him and I had a conversation just before the Osseo game. We're sitting there chit-chatting. I kind of told him what his role was, and he's like, all right, that sounds good to me. He goes, hey, just Hob and I have been on this team for a while. Yeah, we've never beat Osseo in the playoffs. And I said, okay, well, how about tonight's different? He goes, sounds good, let's do that. We won that game, and then we got to the championship game. I told him what his role was. He's like, I like that role. Let's do this again. Let's win this game.
I do remember talking to Sam Knickerbocker right before the championship game, and I said, Wednesday was really cool. Now let's complete this mission and get a win today. And he looked at me and he said, that's a really good idea. Let's do that.
Yeah, they were all jacked up. We had a good time with them afterwards. Everybody got pizza together and kind of celebrated a little bit with the trophy. And it's just a good group of kids. I think I love my team from last year. I love the team from this year. I just couldn't be prouder of what they accomplished. And when we go into the night for the fan appreciation, and we're going to throw Vance out there. All of our veteran players, I might not start them, but they're going to get a little tip of the cap when they go to the plate or whatever in the field kind of thing. And we're going to give some guys who kind of missed out on some playing time the last couple of games, because you got to, it's the nature of the beast, So we're going to get some guys out there that haven't maybe seen the field in a couple of games, and kind of do some rotations and have some fun with the game.
Well, it's going to be a fun night tonight, and Ryan, good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Cavaliers can find a way to thank the fans in style.
I hope so.
You've been tuned to the Ryan Bembnister Show, presented by the Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire, with Cavalier manager Ryan Bembnister's outlook on today's game. Stay tuned. More of In the Dugout is coming right up.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive. There's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. We're getting ready to bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers taking on the Menomonie Eagles in the Fan Appreciation Game. In 2024, the Cavaliers season, well, it's winding down, but the Cavaliers do have a big task ahead of themselves. That's the Wisconsin Baseball Association State Playoffs beginning this weekend. Now this year, the WBA has divided the tournament into two divisions. Division A is for the teams from larger areas, while B is for the teams from smaller population areas. In each division, games will be played at 4 sites with 2 pools at each site. The winner of each pool will advance to the state finals, which begin on August 16th. The Division B sites include Glidden, where Pool 1 has the Glidden Orioles, the Osceola Braves, and the Blue Hills Beasts. Pool 2 has the Whittlesey Reds, the Iron City Miners, and the Bay City Bombers. The Rib Lake Regional Pool 1 includes the Rib Lake Osprey, the Tri-County Timberjacks, and the Beef River Bullfrogs, while Pool 2 has the Interwall Woodticks, the Plum City Blues, and the Ashland Merchants. The Ellsworth Regional Pool 1 has the Abbotsford Merchants, the Ellsworth Hubbers, and the Tony Hayshakers, while Pool 2 has the Elmwood Expos, the Bangor Redbirds, and the Tomahawk Titans. The final Division B pool is Augusta, where Pool 1 has the Augusta Athletics, the Westboro Trojans, and the New Richmond Millers, while Pool 2 has the Pittsville River Bandits, the Norwalk Knights, and the Grandview Tigers. Division A regional sites include Hagen, where Pool 1 has the Hagen Knights, the Washburn Sharptails, and the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks, while Pool 2 has the Osseo Merchants, the Spooner Cardinals, and the Prescott Pirates. The Merrill Regional Pool 1 has the Eau Claire Bears, the Marshfield Chaparrals, and the Hayward Hawks. The Wisconsin Rapids Regional Pool 1 has the Holman Features, the Rapids River Hawks, and the Jim Falls Sturgeons. Pool 2 has the Viroqua Sox, the Brill Millers, and the Eau Claire Rivermen. At the River Falls Regional in Pool 1, we find the River Falls Fighting Fish, the Eau Claire Cavaliers, and the Everest Merchants. Pool B has the Tilden Tigers, the Spring Valley Hawks, and the Rhinelander River Monsters. The winner of each pool will meet for the state final tournament, with Division B playing in Whittlesey and Division A playing in River Falls. The Cavaliers will open WBA play on Saturday, playing the loser between the Everest Merchants and the River Falls Fighting Fish. Now, coming up next, we'll get to know one of this season's Cavalier players on Cavalier Profile. You're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV take you out to the ballgame.
Join us on Saturday, August 10th, as we bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers taking on the loser of the game between the Everest Merchants and the River Falls Fighting Fish in WBA regional play. Coverage from River Falls begins with the In the Dugout show at approximately 3:30 p.m., followed by live play-by-play action. That's Cavalier WBA playoff action on Saturday, August 10th at 3:30 on NLWN-TV.
Time now to get to know a Cavalier player on Cavalier Profile. We'll get to know a little better who plays on this year's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball team. And now, Cavalier Profile.
Today on Cavalier Profile, we're going to talk with Cooper Dykes. And Cooper, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, different levels of baseball that you've played, so on.
I grew up here in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. I went to Regis High School where I graduated. I played baseball there all 4 years. I played baseball for the Eau Claire A's growing up in Nationals Little League before that. I'm currently over at St. Norbert College in Green Bay playing baseball for them. Just finished up my freshman year.
How'd that season go?
We were a couple games short of the conference tournament. We have a really, really young team though, so I think in the next couple of years here we're going to be pretty good.
Okay, so when you're not playing baseball, what are some other things that keep you interested or occupied?
I like fishing, duck hunting. Can't say I like deer hunting though. It kind of makes me a little bored. Fishing, duck hunting. I like golfing a lot, and then just hanging out with my friends. That's always a good time too.
All right, I've got a couple rapid fire questions for you. This first one is our signature question.
All right.
Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
I would have to go cookies.
Which kind?
Chocolate chip.
That's the old standby, isn't it? Do you like it with the nuts or without?
Without.
Okay.
Just a good glass of milk.
There you go. Nice tall cold glass of milk to go with those. And the cookies are even better right out of the oven that way too. Yes, absolutely. Burgers, brats, or hot dogs?
I'd have to go burgers.
And what do you want on that burger?
Nothing. I eat them plain.
Just plain.
Meat in the bun.
All right.
Yep.
Favorite major league team?
Brewers.
All right. Now think about this. If you could sit down with any baseball personality, whether it be a player or some other baseball personality from any time in history, who would you want to sit down and have a chat with?
I'd say Bob Uecker. I feel like he's been around the Brewers for a long time and he has a long history in baseball, so I feel like he'd be a fun guy to talk baseball with.
I kind of agree with you. I think he'd also have some great stories to tell.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now, if you had a superpower, what do you think that superpower might be and why?
I think I would want to fly because I can get anywhere I want to go a little bit faster. Like I think about like an airplane or a helicopter in like a city. Like you can go anywhere you want to go really fast, and if I can fly as far as I want, I never have to pay for any travel. I can go wherever I want, whenever I want, quickly.
Good point. Now, if you had the ability to fly Of course, you have to have a superhero name to go with that. So what's Cooper's superhero name?
Good question. I would have to say, ooh, that's actually a hard question. Super Cooper.
Super Cooper. I like the rhyme in that. All right. We're talking with Cooper Dykes on Cavalier Profile. And how about a shout out to the family and those who are watching you here for the Cavaliers?
Shout out my mom, dad, grandma and grandpa, and siblings. They're at all my games.
And when people come to Cavalier games, remind us, what number are you wearing and what position do you play?
I'm number 1 and I'm a pitcher and second baseman.
All right, we want to thank Cooper Dykes for joining us today on Cavalier Profile. Coming up next, more of In the Dugout.
This has been Cavalier Profile, where we get to know a little better who plays on the Cavalier baseball team. Stay tuned, more In the Dugout coming right up.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right, as a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Today the Cavaliers will have an opportunity to thank their fans when they face the Menomonie Eagles at Carson Park on the annual Fan Appreciation Game. The Cavaliers would like to demonstrate the appreciation they have for their fans' support. It was that solid support that helped lead the Cavaliers to the 2024 CRBL Championship and will help lead them into the WBA playoffs. So with that, we have some exciting Eau Claire Cavalier baseball coming your way. Now in just a moment, I'll be joining our broadcast crew at Carson Park in Eau Claire as we prepare to bring you today's fan appreciation game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Menomonie Eagles. That's coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Stay tuned! Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball. It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Eau Claire Cavalier baseball is on the air.
Fly ball out into center field. It's hit hard. It's hit long, and it's gone. A home run for Cole Hyman.
NLWN-TV proudly presents today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Join us while we follow the Cavaliers as they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League.
Fly ball out into right field. This one's tagged, and it's out of here. Into the fan deck, a 2-run home run by Gabe O'Brien.
And now, out to the ballpark for Eau Claire Cavalier baseball.
Good evening, and welcome to Carson Park, final home game for the Eau Claire Cavaliers 2024 season. Rick Olson here, along with Dan Ketchow and Dan McGrow on the computer, ready for this game. And you here with the microphone and what's pausing it. We'll get it figured out next year. At any rate, let's run the starting lineups of today's game for visiting Menomonie Eagles.
Leading off, playing center field, going together. Batting his second, the hitter, Cage Sorensen. Matt Shaw. Batting point, left fielder, Farming Knob. Batting fifth, the catcher, Connor Hicks. Batting sixth, playing the second base, Ian Cisco. Batting seventh, and on the mound, Marcus Burton. Batting eighth, playing third base, is Carson Park. Batting ninth, Chris Smith. And batting 10th, playing right field, is a 1-1 record with an ERA of 6.9. For the Cavaliers, leading off, shortstop Cade Erickson. Big second and third base tonight, Xavier Bembnister. Batting third out of center field, Bembnister and Mueller just swapped positions tonight. Batting fourth and catching, Sam Knickerbocker. Batting fifth at second base, Cole Taylor. Batting sixth out in left field is Brady Tillman. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Cole Timon. Batting eighth, extra hitter, Carson Windeshausen. Batting ninth at first base, Bo Delikowski. And batting 10, playing great field, Brendan Palmer. On the mound, Eli Rathke. He has a 5-0 record of 5.29. Both teams have finished their ins and outs. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be back with the opening ceremonies and the first pitch of today's fan appreciation game here on NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV take you out to the ballgame.
Join us on Saturday, August 10th, as we bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers taking on the loser of the game between the Everest Merchants and the River Falls Fighting Fish in WBA regional play. Coverage from River Falls begins with the In the Dugout show at approximately 3:30 p.m., followed by live play-by-play action. That's Cavalier WBA playoff action on Saturday, August 10th at 3:30 on NLWN-TV.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
And we're back here at Spartan, and we're going to turn it over to Steve again.
Good service shall provide continues clearing the ministry restores and support all players, coaches, and officials. Thank you. Paul also about the Eau Claire Cavaliers baseball program. Since Paul also civil your stance, locally on third baseline was the $1 total. The person by baseball playing cannot sell the facility. He must sell, which has been pleased with the stadium. Thank you. Fighting all land, especially only in pictures, for the lines of just on follow all of his units the higher instance. That's the neighbor, that all lasts. Tonight's appreciation was starting last. We're on the Eagles. Leading off and playing center field. Number 23, Cavalier. Somebody over the playing second. We actually were. Number 22, looking out of the cage. Spurts it out. You're adding third, playing first base. Number 12, Max. Chopping. Think forward to what you're number 99. Sean, you can always come up right on it. From is my breath. The catching of 15. Connor is the other strings. 6 was Mason. Number 21. Ryan, this so here. 7. Trajectory. Number 20. Artery Colors. Jordan. Dragon 8 and flank third base. Number 3. Carson. Hold by Hendrick. Dragon 9, the shortstop. Number 11. Lucas. Just another. Smith. 10, the right fielder. Number 16. Cooper. Stone Saga. Bruja. Eagle on red and black. Pick a hero on the 65. Ryan Cisco. Now, the Anchorage Nationwide starting lineup for Miller. CRBL champion, Eau Claire Cavaliers. Now, one shortstop. Number 6. Idiot Chopper. Richard. Second, number 4. Jackson. Senior. Bembnister. Pittsburgh. Flanks in the field. Number 47. Keith. Healer. Higgins. The catcher. Number 35. Energizer by Sam. Knickerbocker. Right there, the other 7 gates. Number 25. Holy, the Nathan Flash. Number 6. Cavalier. 11. 10. Practice in and say, Joe, Brandon. 7. Together. 19. Goal. And just the shoot down. Sorry, Brandon. Last minute, yesterday, number 32. Mercy. Wiggy. Lucas Southern. Right 9. The third baseman. 144. The next sexy. Joe. Let's see. That's your word. 22. Second. CD. Palmer. 15. Commentary. Number 2. The Rockets. Eli. Frankie. Furthermore, the third. Always. Tonight is number 0. Harley. Peterson. Snowline. The coach from Chicago, Ryan Bembnister, and he's assisted by Brian Meyer, Toronto, Brian Dave. Should want to welcome to our official tonight's game on the bases, Mr. Richard Smith. And we're going to have to steer the Now, we can please rise if you're able to remove your hats and honor America for the singing of our national anthem by Miss Ellie Glass.
You see by the dawn's what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose cross and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the Rockies red, the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet for the lands of the free, the home of the brave.
And we're getting ready for tonight's game. We got a first pitch thrower outer. And she comes down to the front of the mound. Winds and fires. And that caught the outside corner for him. Well, Dan, sure, he takes his microphone off. All right. Anyway, last home game of the season. It's been a good one. Cavaliers are the Chippewa River Baseball League champions. That was a lot of fun. We do have some more Cavalier baseball coming your way this weekend. We have the WPA tournament. That'll be over in River Falls. Cavaliers will play late Saturday afternoon and then early Sunday afternoon. We'll have more about that a little bit later on. Taking a look at the Cavaliers defensively behind the plate, Sam Knickerbocker. Xavier Bembnister's at third, Caden Erickson at short, Cody Dayton at second, Jerome Delikowski's at first. The outfield is Tillman, Mueller, and Palmer going from left to right. Eli Rathke on the mound with a 5-0 record. He started out the CRBL championship game, got himself into a little bit of trouble there, and came out after 2 innings. And that's when Cooper Dykes, our Cavalier profile player today, came in at 5 incredibly strong, retired 15 batters in a row. Leading off for the Menomonie Eagles on Fan Appreciation Night is Noah Taylor. And he hits a soft liner out into center field. Mueller can't get it, and it falls in. 1 pitch, 1 man on. That's going to bring up Cage Sorensen. He's still looking for his first hit of the season. Rathke fires. Swing and a miss for strike 1. He looks in and delivers. That's right down the middle of the plate. 0-2 to Cage Sorensen. Pitch swung on, fouled away. No balls, 2 strikes. Knickerbocker had a couple of words to say to Rathke. Rathke glances over at first. Taylor takes his lead. And the pitch. That's a little bit low. One ball, 2 strikes. Taylor has a lead. And the pitch, ground ball over to third, gets past Bembnister, took a hop over his glove. They're going to charge the Cavaliers with an error on that one. So now 2 runners on, nobody out. Steps Matt Shaw. Off comes into the gate batting 333. Joe's bunt. Oh, no balls, one strike. Pitch. High pop up off the ground. Rathke can't come up with it. That's going to be another error. This one's on Rathke. Base is loaded with nobody out. It's going to bring up Bernard. There's a chopper foul on the third base side. Be looking into the sun. And the pitch. Fly ball, foul down the left field line. So it's no balls and two strikes. Nobody out and the bases are loaded. We're in the top of the first inning. Rathke at the belt. And he delivers. There's a strike three call. John Brown. One down. That's going to bring up Connor Hicks. And Dan, that's a name that we've been calling for the past few years, but usually on the gridiron. And he pops that one foul back out of play. Speaking of football, we've got that coming up not too far away, August 23rd. Colfax Vikings down at Whitehall. That pitch is inside. That's it's almost that time. One ball and one strike, one out, bases loaded. There's the 1-1 pitch, low and away, ball two. Rathke at the belt. The pitch. Ground ball over to third. Throw to the plate for one. Throw to first. I'll say it again. It was a 5-2-3 double play to get the Cavaliers out of the inning. No runs on no hits. But check that, one hit. No runs on one hit. There were two Cavalier errors, and two were left on base. So we played a half inning. It's the Eagle nothing. Cavaliers coming to bat on NLWN-TV.
Menomonie Optical can help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comro provide comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract or LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, and so much more. In addition, Menomonie Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eyewear for the best value. That's Menomonie Optical, 520 Wilson Avenue in Menomonie, where they specialize in quality personalized care for you and your family.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Hey, we're back here at Carson Park. And again, Rick Olson along with Ann Monroe, Dan Petshaw on the camera. Heading to the bottom of the first inning, Eli Rathke got out of a jam with the help of some good infield play by the Cavs. Connor Hicks grounded it over to third. Xavier Bembnister picked it up, threw it to Knickerbocker at the plate, who turned and fired over to Delikowski at first for the 5-2-3 double play. So leading off for the Cavaliers in the bottom of the first inning is Caden Erickson, the shortstop, adding .292 on the season. And first pitch is high for a ball. Parker Burden on the mound. He has a 1-1 record with an ERA of 6.94. There's ball two high. Eagles defensively, Connor Hicks behind the plate. Carson Hendrick is on third. And the pitch swung on a miss, strike one. Lucas Smith at short. Ryan Sisko at second. Matt Schaaf is at first. That one's low for a ball. 3-1 now. Barnhart, Taylor, and Bruja in the outfield. There's a strike on the outside corner. So the count is full now to Caden Erickson. And the pitch. And it's ball four. Erickson did his job as the leadoff hitter, draws a walk. That brings up Xavier Bembnister, batting .316. Erickson goes, pitches outside, safe at second. One ball, no strikes. Xavier Bembnister. And the pitch. Fly ball out into left center field, falls in for a hit. Erickson rounds third, coming to the plate. He's going to score. Ball gets past Hicks behind the plate. And Bembnister gets down to third. Ball goes out into left field. And Bembnister is going to come in and score. Give Bembnister credit for a double to left field. He went to third on an error on the throw. And then he scored on an error by the catcher, throwing it back to third. So 2 runs in for the Cavaliers. And it brings up Cade Mueller with nobody out. And the pitch. It's outside for a ball.
Make their way up here, and then we'll take shot.
And the pitch. There's a ground ball over to short, picked up by Smith. Throw over to first, and Schaaf has it. It's in time. Mueller grounds out. 6-3. 1 out. Sam Knickerbocker steps to the plate. Knickerbocker leading the Cavaliers in hitting, batting .376. And the pitch. That caught the outside corner. Knickerbocker kind of shrugged his shoulders as if, oh well. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Check swing, and it's a strike called. One ball and 2 strikes to Sam Knickerbocker. He grounds that one up the middle, picked up by Smith. Throw over to first. It's in time. 2 down. That's going to bring up Cody Dayton. Dayton batting .254. And the pitch. That one's chopped foul down the third baseline. And that pitch is outside. And that pitch missed. 2-1. Cody Dayton.
Ready to kick off the official mascot dance-off competition. Can you the mascot could raise your hand?
Three balls and 1 strike.
University of Wisconsin.
And that pitch is high for ball 4. That's the second walk of the inning given up by Parker Verdon. And up steps the most valuable player of the CRBL championship game, Brayton Tillman. Scored the tying run, drove in the winning run. And that pitch is low. People down in the parking lot behind the stadium here are having a great time. It's Eau Claire's night out. Celebration going on down there. And there's a strike called. So you may hear a little bit of it. Verdon at the belt. Throw over to first. Dayton back in. 1 ball and 1 strike to Brayton Tillman. And the pitch.
Let's put our hands together for him, get him motivated.
And that was outside for ball 2.
All right, everybody clap your hands.
And the pitch. That's high and inside. Ball 3. Yeah, we're getting a pretty good feed from the DJ down there in the parking lot. Everybody clap your hands. And that one's outside, ball 4. 2 on. Cole Timon steps to the plate. He got the Cavaliers going in that championship game with a home run over the left field fence. He's batting .242 on the season. Verdon steps off. Dayton on second. Tillman on first. And the pitch. That's a strike called at the letters.
All right, here we go.
And the pitch. That was high. Got that. Burden looks in for the sign. And the 1-1 pitch. Strike called on the inside corner. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Timon with an open stance. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And the Cavaliers are retired, but not before picking up 2 runs on 1 hit. There were 2 errors and 2 were left on base. We played an inning and it's the Cavaliers 2 and the Menomonie Eagles nothing on NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years and I got my 3rd child who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
We head into the 2nd inning in Fan Appreciation Night here at Carson Park. The Cavaliers like to say thank you to the fans that have followed them all season long. Lots of prizes to give away, and we got a lot of baseball to go tonight. So get over here to Carson Park and join us here at Fan Appreciation Night. Leading off the top of the 2nd inning for the Menomonie Eagles, Ryan Cisco. He'll be followed by Parker Verdon and Carson Handrick. Okay. Cisco steps to the plate, batting 167. And the pitch is inside for a ball. All right, so we have a clear-cut winner. And the pitch is high for ball 2.
We're going to do the others just to make sure you didn't miss anybody. Marshall from the fire department.
Here's the pitch. And that's low for ball 3. Three balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Strike called on the inside corner. Matt Miller says that's a strike.
All right, so we're
And pitch is lined into left field for a base hit. And Cisco is safe on first. That's going to bring up the pitcher, Parker Verdon. Verdon's batting .211 on the season.
followed by which will be the final song. Okay, are you guys ready for the final part of the competition? Let's hear a big. All right, here we go.
Rathke looks over at first. And the pitch swung on and missed. I think it was call tipped. Rathke checks the sign. Now he delivers. Foul back into the screen. No balls, 2 strikes.
Switching up on you.
And the pitch. That one gets away from Knickerbocker and goes almost down to the first base coach's box.
And Cisco heads on down to second base. One ball, two strikes. To Parker Verdon. Cisco takes his lead over at second. And the pitch. It's inside for a ball. Counts even at 2-2. Rathke looks at second. And the 2-2 pitch. Fouled back into the net. Count holds at 2-2.
All right, the last song that we're going to play is the Mascot Challenge. We want to give your best moves.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Parker Verdon.
Ready for the
And the 2-2 pitch. Line shot. Just out of the reach of Cody Dayton. And out into center field. Cisco has to hold at third because he had to hold up in case Dayton caught it. But now there are runners on the corners. And Carson Hendrick coming to the plate. He is looking for his first hit of the season. That was just inches beyond Cody Dayton's glove. And there's a strike on the inside third of the plate. Rathke delivers. Chopper over to third. Flip to second for one. Throw to first. They don't get him. And Cisco held at third. So Hendrick is on a fielder's choice. And Verdon is out 5-4.
Competition winner.
Going to bring up Lucas Smith. Smith doesn't have any numbers in the statistics for the Eagles. There's a looper out into right field, falls in fair. Picked up by Palmer out there, throws it in, and that's going to be an RBI single for Lucas Smith.
I think we got a clear-cut winner. The Blue Gold is the winner of the Mascot Dance-Off competition.
So that leaves Hendrick on third, Smith on first, and Cooper Bruja batting 138 with 1 out.
Fleet Farm, Shield, Auto Family Law, Chippewa Valley Technical College, One Automotive.
And that pitch is high for a ball. Hendricks is the tying run over at third. And the pitch. That skips in the dirt. Blocked by Knickerbocker. And he wants time. He's going to go out and talk to Rathke.
All right, coming up in today's, like I said, we are going to wash.
Cooper Bruja at the plate. He's got an on-base percentage of .324. So he's definitely a threat to drive in a run here. Fly ball, foul down the left field line, out of play. Two balls, one strike. 1 out. And the pitch. There's a pop-up, foul territory. Bembnister moving over, feeling for the fence, and he catches it. That's 2 down. Back to the top of the order with Noah Taylor, who singled to center field his first time up. Took the first pitch and sent it out into center field.
All right, to keep our community and Carson Park clean following the grand prize run, which is going to be in about 6 minutes. We're going to have a contest that you need to collect the most garbage off the ground. And
Rathke delivers.
right after the prize.
And tried to give Taylor a shave that time. And the pitch. That was inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Rathke at the belt, and he delivers. There's a strike on the outside third. The one advantage to missing those 2 pitches inside is that one that hit the outside third looked like it was way outside to the hitter when that happens. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled at the plate. Two balls, 2 strikes. 2 down.
Your first, there is a lost first that was fouled, and it's that's the should stand right now.
Rathke looks over at first, checks third, is at the belt, and the 2-2 pitch. It's outside. Bluff throw by Knickerbocker towards first, but he doesn't fire. 3 balls, 2 strikes. It'll be traveling time over there on first base for Smith. He goes. There's a pop-up foul territory. Knickerbocker, but it's against the net. So the count holds at 3-2. Rathke delivers. Swung on a miss, strike 3. So for the Menomonie Eagles, they do pick up 1 run on 3 hits. And there were no errors and 1 left on base. So we've played an inning and a half, and it's Cavaliers 2, Menomonie Eagles 1 on NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
Yeah, I think one of the things us veterans are hoping for is soon the cabin will be built.
It's going to be amazing to be able to come to a place like this and stay at a cabin with amazing people, animals, a view, and get away from it all.
Country Haven Farms is fundraising to complete our cabin, giving Wisconsin veterans and their families a much-needed escape in the Northwoods. Donations of any amount are encouraged, and sponsorships are available at all levels. To make a donation or sponsorship, please visit our website or give us a call.
So we go into the bottom of the second inning, and leading off for the Cavaliers is Carson Windishausen. He's the extra hitter tonight, batting .237. Parker Verdon on the mound. And there's a strike on the inside third. Cavs on top, 2-1. And the pitch, swung on a miss, strike 2. Here's the wind and the pitch. That's inside. 1-2 is the count. And the pitch. Fly ball. This one's deep in left field. It's way back, and it's out of here. A home run for Carson Windeshausen. We've been waiting all season to see that, and he doesn't disappoint on Fan Appreciation Day. It's a 5 from Ryan Bembnister, and touch 'em all, Carson Windeshausen. That puts the Cavaliers on top 3-1. That's going to bring up Jerome Delikowski. And the pitch swung on a missed. Foul tip, actually. We got a little piece of it. No balls in a strike. Check swing outside for a ball. They did appeal down to first, but Dick Smith down there said he did not swing. Burden delivers. There's a strike at the knees. 1-2 is the count. Delikowski fouls that one back. Burden kicks and fires. Swing and a miss for strike 3. We do have some activity going on down in the bullpen for the Cavaliers. I think it's Mason Yarrington. It is number 49, Mason Yarrington, warming up down there for the Cavs. And stepping up to the plate is Trenton Palmer. There's a strike called. No balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. That's outside. Away from the clock. Give away. And the pitch. Check swing, and he went. A ball and 2 strikes. It's Trenton Palmer. Trenton Palmer has the dubious honor of leading the Cavaliers. That one's outside for a ball. In strikeouts. With 27 on the season. That one's down low, gets away from Hicks behind the plate. Three balls and 2 strikes with 1 out, Trenton Palmer. Burden kicks and fires. That's outside for ball 4. Back to the top of the order for the Cavaliers, Caden Erickson. He drew a walk his first time up and came around and scored. And the pitch, runner goes. Throw down to second, and Palmer's in safely. One ball and no strikes. With 1 out. And the pitch. Palmer goes again. This is a fly ball out into center field. Moving over. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Palmer had to start heading back towards second because it kind of looked like Taylor might get there. And so he only ends up on third. Cavaliers have runners on the corners. Palmer on third. Erickson on first. Xavier Bembnister doubled his first time up. came around and scored on the same series of plays when, well, as Teddy Joyce would have called it, the snowball fight started. The Eagles started throwing the ball all over the place. Runner goes. Throw back to third, and Palmer's back safely. Erickson took second. So runners at second and third with one out. Palmer takes his lead. There's a shot out into center field. Taylor makes the catch. Throw coming into the plate, and Palmer comes in to score. Ball gets away, Erickson, and they got Erickson at third. But the run does score. And the Cavaliers end up with 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and nobody left on base. We played 2, and it's the Cavaliers 4 and the Menomonie Eagles 1 on NLWN-TV.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on NLWN-2. Coming up on Friday, August 23rd, the Colfax Vikings will travel to Whitehall High School to take on the Whitehall North. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking preview. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, August 23rd on NLWN-2.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do,
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Back here at Carson Park, heading into the top of the 3rd inning of fan appreciation game for the Cavaliers, taking on the Menomonie Eagles. Cavs on top, 4-1. Big part of that was Carson Windishausen's first home run of the season over the left field fence. So due up for the Eagles is Cage Sorensen. He's the extra hitter. He got on an error by Bembnister his first time up. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
425-919 green ticket.
Cavaliers committed a couple of errors in that first inning and a little rough start. That pitch is inside. But they didn't allow any runs, courtesy of some good fielding when they turned a double play at the end of the inning. There's a strike right down the middle of Water Street.
5-7-5-5 on the last 4.
A ball and 2 strikes to Cage Sorensen.
One more time, blue ticket. 5-7-5-5.
Rathke winds and fires. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. That'll bring up Matt Schaaf. Got on an error by Rathke in the first inning. It was a high hopper, and Rathke got his glove on it but couldn't hang on. There's a strike called.
We've got a winner.
Rathke winds and delivers. There's a ground ball out to Erickson. Throw over to first in time. 2 down. And Sean Barnhart. Barnhart, yes. That's an N, not an H.
Light blue ticket, 259.
Swing and a miss for strike one. He struck out his first time up looking. Rathke winds and delivers. That's a little bit low.
Last 41901.
1 ball and 1 strike. Sean Barnard. Barnard. The 1-1 pitch. That's high and inside.
Lightning ticket, 196.
And that one's low. Or 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 down.
All right, we do have a winner.
And the pitch. Ground ball to Erickson. Throw over to first in time. So the Menomonie Eagles go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And we've played 2.5. And it's the Cavaliers 4, Eagles 1 on NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform like you want, you first need to know about your soil. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley.
Hi. I'm your retirement fear. But don't be scared. You're still in pre-retirement.
Does that mean I have more time to plan?
Precisely. Here, this is pretirement.org.
Retirement savings options? Potential tax breaks?
Ooh.
This isn't scary. I'm doing it.
You got this.
Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan.
Going into the bottom of the 3rd inning, due up for the Cavaliers is Cade Mueller, Sam Knickerbocker, and Cody Dayton. That's right. Taking a look out at the osprey nest. They've been flying around today. Yeah. They were loud when we first got here. Cade Mueller grounded to short his first time up. That pitch is high for a ball. And the pitch is inside for a ball.
Green ticket, 5883. Again, green ticket, 5883.
And there's a strike on the outside corner. Dalton Steele loosening up a little bit for the Cavaliers. And that pitch is down low. 3-1 to Cade Mueller. And there's a ground ball over to third. Bobbled. Throw over to first. And he's safe. Cade Mueller beat it out. That's going to be an error on the third baseman.
Ticket number light blue. 5711. Or 5711.
Puts Mueller on first, and Sam Knickerbocker steps to the plate. He also grounded out to short.
One more time. Blue ticket, 5711.
Throw over to first. Mueller's back in.
Light blue ticket, 14.
And throw over to first. He's back safely.
4.
And the pitch. Ground ball down the first baseline, foul.
Ticket 1-8.
Matt Schaff got a glove on it, but it was in foul territory. No balls in the strike. Sam Knickerbocker. Nobody out. Throw over to first. And the ball gets past the first baseman. Mueller heads over to second. That's the second error of the inning on the Eagles.
The green ticket, 5-9 to 1-6.
So now we have Mueller on second, and it's an 0-1 count to Knickerbocker.
You have a winner.
Erden looking over at second and delivers. Ground ball over to third. Throw to first. And they can't handle it at first. The throw wasn't perfect, but I do believe the first baseman could have handled that. I'm going to charge him with the error. And that puts Mueller on third, Knickerbocker on first. Second error of the inning by the Eagles. That's the fifth error of the game against the Eagles.
9-9. Again, green ticket 5-9 to 9-9 for the Midland Weather.
And fly ball out into right field, making the catch, tagging, and coming to the plate is Mueller. And they can't make the tag. The ball was there in time, but he couldn't make the tag. And so Mueller comes in to score.
Blue ticket.
And credit Dayton with a sacrifice fly to right field. Knickerbocker is still on first. And it's going to bring up Brayton Tillman. With one out.
Blue ticket 5-9.
And the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Shallow coming in. And he can't make the catch. That's Taylor. And diving into second because it was that shallow is the courtesy runner, I believe. No, Knickerbocker's out there running for himself.
Yeah.
So Tillman gets a base hit to center field. So two runners on with one out. One run in. Cole Timon has struck out his first time up.
Lap 4, 5-8, 7-1. 5-8, 7-1. We have a winner.
And the pitch. That's high for a ball.
All right, thank you everyone for your participation, for joining us for National Night Out. Again, if you want to hang.
And the pitch. That's a strike on the inside edge. He just painted the black with that one. One ball, one strike. One out and two on. Cole Timon at the plate. And the 1-1 pitch. There's a shot out into shallow right field for a base hit. Knickerbocker rounding third, coming to the plate. Throw comes in. They can't make a play. So it's going to be an RBI single for Cole Timon. And he went to second on the throw. And over to third is Brayton Tillman. That brings up Carson Windeshausen. Windeshausen sent one sailing over the left field fence his first time up. Here's the pitch. That's high for a ball. Parker Verdon on the mound for the Menomonie Eagles. They don't have a whole lot of choice on what to do. There's a foul tip back. I believe they only have 11 here tonight. Verdon winds and fires. That's high for a ball. 6-1, the Cavaliers on top. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Cavs have scored 2 runs in each of the 3 innings so far. There's a strike at the letters. Windeshausen doesn't agree. He thinks that was kind of a generous call. Dan's kind of nodding over here. Yeah, maybe. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch. Pop foul, a lot of play on the right side. Verdon winds and the 2-2. Windeshausen strokes it out towards right field. Falls into no man's land. And into score for the Cavaliers is Brayton Tillman. So Wee Willie would have said, hit it where they ain't, and that's what we're seeing. Cavaliers have Timon over on third, and Windeshausen on first. Jerome Delikowski at the plate. Cavs on top, 7-1. Throw over to first, and they got him. They got Windeshausen picked off.
I got caught leaning.
Yeah, he did. And even though he's got that big, long body, it wasn't quite long enough. So 2 down. There's a strike on the inside corner. Delikowski struck out his first time up. That pitch is high. Counts even at 1-1. Timon on third. And the pitch. And that's inside. Two balls and 1 strike. And the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball over to short. Handcuffs the shortstop and bounces off his knee. And Delikowski is safe at first. That's going to be an error on the shortstop. And Timon comes in to score. I don't believe Delikowski gets an RBI on that, because that would have been the 3rd out. Trenton Palmer steps up. He walked his first time up. Eventually came around and scored. 8-1, Cavaliers on top. 4-run inning. Delikowski takes his lead, and the pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 1. And the pitch. That's down low for a ball. 1-1 is the count. 2 down. Delikowski on first. Verdon throws it over to first. Delikowski's back. Now he takes his lead. Burden delivers. There's a strike. A ball and 2 strikes with 2 down. And the pitch. That's in the dirt. Blocked by Hicks. 2-2 is the count. And the pitch. That's outside. The payoff pitch. Inside for ball 4. That's the second time that Palmer has drawn the walk. And back to the top of the order with Caden Erickson. Hicks is heading out to have a word with Verdon. So Caden Erickson steps up to the plate. Erickson is 1 for 1. Singled his last time up. He also drew a walk. There's a strike on the inside corner. No balls and a strike. And that pitch gets past the catcher. Both runners advance a base. Pitch was down in the dirt, so they both advance on a wild pitch. So Delikowski on third and Palmer on second. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball hard over to third. Throwing across the diamond to first in time. So Erickson grounds out third to first. And for the Cavaliers, they pick up 4 runs on 3 hits. There were 4 errors, and 2 left on base.
Royal Credit Union's low rates and flexible terms on auto loans can help keep your payments low. Get a great rate on your next car or truck purchase, or refinance an existing vehicle with an auto loan from Royal Credit Union. Royal also offers loans for buying or refinancing boats, UTVs, and other vehicles. Royal Credit Union wants to help keep your payments low. Check rates and apply for a Royal Credit Union vehicle loan online at rcu.org/autorate. Subject to credit approval.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on NLWN-TV. Coming up on Friday, August 23rd, the Colfax Vikings will travel to Whitehall High School to take on the Whitehall North. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking preview. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, August 23rd on NLWN-TV.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
We're not powerless, so long as we don't lose sight of what's important.
Don't be afraid to seize that moment to talk to your friends.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space.
The first step on our new journey. You coming?
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
A couple of defensive changes for the Cavaliers. Now out in left field is Dalton Steele, and Ashton Kroll is out in right field, and Josh Garcia is now at second base. Leading off for the Menomonie Eagles, Connor Hicks grounded into a 5-2-3 double play. His first time up. Eli Rathke still on the mound. He missed inside with that one. There's a ground ball. Foul down the third base line. That pitch was a strike called. 1 ball, 2 strikes, swing and a miss. Ball dropped by Knickerbocker, but he throws it down to first to complete the strikeout. It's going to bring up Ryan Cisco, who singled to left his first time up.
The second baseman is Ryan Cisco.
And that pitch is in the dirt outside. There's the pitch. There's a strike called on the inside third. 1 ball, 1 strike. One out. Ryan Cisco at the plate. Eli Rathke winds and delivers. There's a ground ball scooped up by Bembnister at third. Throw over to first in time. That'll bring up the pitcher, Parker Verdon. So 2 down. And the pitch. That was inside for a ball. And that was down low, ball 2. He skipped it off the plate. Two-0 pitch. There's a strike called. Two balls and a strike with 2 down. Rathke winds and fires. Ground ball over to Erickson at short. Picks it up, throws to first, and they got him. So the Eagles go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We have played 3.5, and it's the Cavaliers 8 and the Menomonie Eagles 1 on NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform like you want, you first need to know about your soil. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on NLWN-2. Coming up on Friday, August 23rd, the Colfax Vikings will travel to Whitehall High School to take on the Whitehall North. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking preview. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, August 23rd on NLWN2.
We head into the bottom of the 4th inning. Cavaliers on top, and we do have a new pitcher in there for the Menomonie Eagles. Carson Hendrick has gone to the mound. And let's see, he was at third base. So let's see, did Burden go over to third?
No, it's number 3, Carson Park. And I forgot.
They don't have numbers on the fronts of their uniforms, so that makes it rather difficult.
So, yeah.
But as I look at Parker Burden, he went 3 innings, gave up 8 runs. I'll be honest with you, I don't know how many of those were earned. And only 3 of those runs were earned runs. And due up for the Cavaliers, Xavier Bembnister. Bembnister hit a double his first time up. Came around and scored on that same play. And then he also hit a sacrifice fly to center field. Burden did give up 6 hits. First pitch is outside. He struck out 2. There's a foul back into the screen. And he walked 5. The pitch from Hendrick. That's high for a ball. Carson Hendrick. The 2-1 pitch. Line shot out into left field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. And Bembnister has a 2-hit night. That'll bring up Cade Mueller. Mueller's 0 for 2. Rounded to short and then got on an error by the third baseman. Carson Hendrick has only thrown 2/3 of an inning coming into tonight. Has not given up any runs, hasn't given up much of anything. Check swing, strike. Bembnister on first. Hendrick at the belt, looks over at first. High bouncer over to second, flip to 2, throw over to 1. They aren't going to get Mueller. So he grounds into a fielder's choice. And Bembnister's out 6-4. So 1 down, and up comes Sam Knickerbocker, who's also 0 for 2. Grounded to short, and then got on an error by the first baseman. And there's a pitch blowing away for ball 1. And that pitch is high. 2-0. There's a high hopper over to first. Throw to second. And he's safe. He got there before the throw. So Knickerbocker actually gets credit for an infield hit there since they didn't get an out. So 2 runners on. Garcia squares and bunts it foul. Josh Garcia at the plate. Check swing high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now it's 2-1. Foul back. If I have the defensive changes correct for Menomonie, that pitch is high. Full count with 1 out. When Hendrick came to the mound, Noah Taylor came in from center field to play third base. And so I believe it's Parker Verdon out in center field. That pitch is inside for ball 4. So Garcia drops the walk. Dalton Steele stepping to the plate. And the pitch. High pop up in the infield. This should be the infield fly. And moving back and making the catch is Smith. And now up steps Cole Timon with 2 down. Bases loaded. Carson Hendrick on the mound. Hendrick delivers. There's a high pop foul back out of play. So no balls and a strike. And the pitch. That's down low. A ball and a strike. And that was inside. Tried to polish Timon's belt buckle. Two and one. Nowhere to put him. Hendrick doesn't want to fall any further behind. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's high for ball 3. Now there's really nowhere to put him. Hitter's pitch here for Cole Timon. There's a high pop foul territory. It's in the field of play and moving over and making the catch is Noah Taylor. So the Cavaliers go down with no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and
3 men left on base. We've played 4, and it's the Cavaliers 8. Cavaliers 8 and the Menomonie Eagles 1 on NLWN-TV.
C&K Construction is your source for high-quality concrete and construction work in the Chippewa Valley. Established in 2014, C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls is a leading concrete contractor proud to serve Eau Claire, Altoona, Menomonie, and surrounding areas. Specializing in concrete construction, excavating, flatwork poured walls, and much more, they're right for all of your concrete needs. Call C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls at 715-559-1335.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
We're not powerless, so long as we don't lose sight of what's important.
Don't be afraid to seize that moment to talk to your friends.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space.
The first step on our new journey. You coming?
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
A new rump on the bump for the Cavaliers. Mason Yarrington is out there ready to throw. So Eli Rathke went 4 innings, gave up 1 run. It was earned on 4 hits. He had 4 strikeouts and did not walk anybody. Taking a look at Yarrington's numbers, he has a record of 0-3, but don't let that fool you. He's pitched much better than that. An ERA of 5.70 in 23 2/3 innings. I remember his first start, Dan, down in La Crescent. And that game went to extra innings, and darned if he didn't throw them all. He went 10 innings in that game.
Watch this skip for it.
There's a foul ball off the left side, out of play.
April man, becomes stronger every time.
Carson Hendrick is at the plate. And the 1-1 pitch. High pop-up, foul territory. Bembnister moving over, and it's off the railing of the fence. A ball and 2 strikes to Carson Hendrick. There's a fly ball, foul, out of play on the left side. Yarrington delivers, and there's a pop-up in the infield. Bembnister comes in, makes the catch. So that'll bring up Lucas Smith. Smith is 1 for 1. He's single to right. There's an RBI single. There's a hard shot, fly ball, and ranging over and making the catch out in center field for the Cavaliers is Cade Mueller.
We have a new center fielder.
Do we?
Number 32.
Carson Windeshausen out there. And the pitch. That's inside. Cooper Bruja
Fouled out to Bembnister his first time up. There's a pop-up in foul territory. Knickerbocker can't make the catch as he falls into the dugout area for the Eagles. He gave it a good hustling effort. And he gets a hand from the Cavalier fans. And the pitch. Line shot. Past Erickson's glove out into left field. And Bruja is on with a base hit. With two down, back to the top of the order, Noah Taylor. Taylor's 1 for 2, singled and struck out. The pitch is high for a ball. And the pitch, that's inside. And the pitch. There's a high pop-up in the infield. Delikowski under it makes the catch for the third out. So for the Menomonie Eagles, they get no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We have played 4.5. And it's the Cavaliers 8, Eagles 1 on NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
I've always been told I gotta be strong. Thick skin, tough as nails. But to be everything for everybody, it wears on you. Black don't crack, they say. But it can. We all can. Reach out to a friend if you see them going through it. No matter who you are, being vulnerable is what makes us whole. Learn how to help at seizetheawkward.org.
We're going to head into the bottom of the 5th inning. Cavaliers on top, 8-1 for the Menomonie Eagles on Fan Appreciation Game. It's the way the Cavaliers wrap up their home season every year. Cavs do have at least 2 more games this season. They'll be playing on Saturday and on Sunday over at River Falls in the Wisconsin Baseball Association regional tournament. And depending on how they do there, they may be playing the following weekend. So center fielder Carson Windeshausen comes to the plate. And the pitch. And that got Windeshausen right in the back. That's going to bring up Jerome Delikowski. And the pitch is high and tight for a ball. And the pitch. That's down low for ball 2. 2-0's the count with nobody on. Windishausen on first. Throws outside, and Windishausen heads down to second. Three balls and no strikes. And that pitch is outside for ball 4. Delikowski draws the walk. 2 runners on with nobody out. Ashton Kroll stepping to the plate.
Pitching. Right on the 28, Ashton Kroll.
And the first pitch is a strike. Kroll batting .235 on the season. And there's a chopper back out toward the mound, but it doesn't go very far. Throw to first. And they got Kroll, but he moved the runners over. So now we have Windishausen on third, Delikowski on second. And back to the top of the order with Caden Erickson. Here's the pitch. That's inside for a ball. And the 1-0 pitch. Fly ball out into left field. Late jump, and it gets past the left fielder. Rolls out to the warning track. Windishausen comes in to score. Delikowski comes in to score. Erickson is going to check in at third with a triple. So Erickson picks up 2 RBI as Windishausen came in to score. Delikowski came in to score. Putting the Cavaliers on top 10-1. Xavier Bembnister comes to the plate. We're going to have a conference at the mound. Hendrick is done on the mound, and he's going to go out to right field. And I'm looking to see the number. That's who it is. Cooper Bruja is going to take the mound. And we'll get it all figured out right after this timeout on NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV take you out to the ballgame.
Join us on Saturday, August 10th, as we bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers taking on the loser of the game between the Everest Merchants and the River Falls Fighting Fish in WBA regional play. Coverage from River Falls begins with the In the Dugout show at approximately 3:30 p.m., followed by live play-by-play action. That's Cavalier WBA playoff action on Saturday, August 10th at 3:30 on NLWN-TV.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
New pitcher for the Menomonie Eagles is Cooper Bruja. Carson Hendrick went 1 1/3 innings, gave up 2 runs. They were both earned on 2 hits. He walked 2, didn't strike anybody out, and he is responsible for Erickson on third. Bruja has thrown an inning so far this year, and that just missed the backside of Bembnister. He arched his back just enough to stay out of the way of it. Bruja has an 0-1 record with a 9.00 earned run average. 3 balls and 1 strike to Xavier Bembnister with 1 out. And the pitch. That's high for ball 4. So the Cavaliers have runners on the corners. Life always gets exciting when these two are on the corners. Erickson on third, Bembnister on first, several times this year. There goes Bembnister. Pitch is high and inside, and it got Mueller. So now the bases are loaded with the Sam Knickerbocker coming to the plate. Only 1 out.
Here's the Sam Knickerbocker.
We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch is high. And we have a balk called. So all the runners advance. Erickson comes in to score. That run is charged to Hendrick. And there's a strike called to Sam Knickerbocker. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Ground ball out into right field. 1 run is in. Here comes the second run. The throw is a little bit long, and Hicks chases it down as Knickerbocker cruises into second. So Knickerbocker gets a 2 RBI single, and then he went to second on the throw. Josh Garcia coming to the plate. He walked his last time up. Cavaliers on top 11-1. And the right fielder looks like he might have injured his elbow on the throw. He's holding his arm pretty limply. Yeah. So Verdon heads out to right field.
And the pitch. That's high. I think that was Hendrick that came out with the injury. There's a swing and a miss by Garcia. And Dan, if you can catch a number on their center fielder, please let me know. Josh Garcia at the plate. The 2-1 pitch. Fouled away on the left side. And the pitch. That one's fouled away on the left side. And the pitch. And that gives Garcia base on balls. So 2 runners on. Knickerbocker is on second. And Garcia on first. And Dalton Steele popped out to short his first time up. And they called another balk. So runners all move up 1.
It is 19 in center field.
Well, that's not one they gave me a number for. There's a called strike. And the pitch. That's outside. I would bet that's Damon Carlson. And they just gave us the wrong jersey number. That's outside. The 3-1 pitch. That one's fouled away on the right side. So with 1 out, the count is full. And strike 3 is called. That'll bring up Cole Timon. With 2 down. Timon is 1 for 3 today. He hit an RBI single to right field. And the pitch from Bruja is high. Knickerbocker on third. Line shot. Fair going down the left field line into the corner. 2 runs come in to score, and Cole Timon checks in at second. A good solid double by Cole Timon with 2 RBI as it brings in Knickerbocker and Garcia. And up comes Carson Windeshausen, center fielder. And the pitch, it's high for a ball. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. That one got Windeshausen. That's the second time he's been hit by the pitch, and he's not very happy about that. So 2 runners on. Diamond's at second. Windeshausen at first. Brings up Jerome Delikowski. He's 0 for 2. Struck out, got on an error, and then drew a walk. And the pitch. Fouled away off the right side.
Oh, that's right. Turn. And you look for a place, you can get the big sex on this, you will need you.
No balls, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Cavs on top, 15-1. Strike 2. With 2 down. Bruja's pitch, it's high. Hoping you could get Delikowski to chase that one. Bruja at the belt. And the pitch. Strike 3 called. Delikowski goes down looking, and the Cavaliers go down. But not before they pick up 7 runs on 3 hits. And there were no errors, and 2 were left on base. So we've played 5, and it's the Cavaliers 15, the Menomonie Eagles 1 on NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my 3rd child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on NLWN-TV. Coming up on Friday, August 23rd, the Colfax Vikings will travel to Whitehall High School to take on the Whitehall North. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking preview. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, August 23rd on NLWN-TV.
So we head into the top of the 6th inning. And coming to the plate is the extra hitter, Kate Sorensen. 0 for 2, got on an error, and then went down looking. Yarrington delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Mason Yarrington at the belt. And delivers. That's a strike on the outside corner. At least that's what Matt Miller said. Dan's nodding, yes. That one was high. A ball and 2 strikes. Dan's got a slightly better angle than I do. That's high for ball 2. Counts even at 2-2. And strike 3 called. That's the second time Sorensen's gone down looking. Matt Schaff comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Got on an error and grounded to short. That was just a little bit low for a ball. And there's a strike at the letters. Mason Yarrington working through his rookie season. That was high for a ball. Cavaliers picked him up straight out of high school, and he has performed well this year. The 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 2. He's going to UW La Crosse this fall. There's a foul ball off the left side. He's hoping to play baseball down at La Crosse. And the pitch. Line shot out into left field for a base hit. It's scooped up out there and right back into the infield. But Schaff has a hit out to left. That's going to bring up Sean Barnard. Barnard's 0 for 2, struck out looking and grounded to short. There's a fly ball out into center field. Windeshausen back makes the catch. That'll bring up the catcher, Connor Hicks. Hicks grounded into a double play and then went down swinging. Yarrington delivers. There's a strike on the outside corner. 2 down. The runner on first. That's Matt Schaff. Yarrington at the belt. The 0-1 pitch swung on a missed, strike 2. These two may very well faced each other back in high school. Ground ball over to third, throw over to first in time. So Hicks grounds out third to first, and it's no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We've played 5.5, and it's the Cavaliers 15 and the Menomonie Eagles 1 on NLWN-TV.
Ready for a better way to bank? Switch to Royal Credit Union. Royal Credit Union is a financial co-op, not a corporation, so we return earnings to our members. That means you get low or no fees for account services and better rates on deposits and loans. You'll also have all the digital tools you need at your fingertips, so managing your account is easy. Royal is ready to help you discover the credit union difference. Switch to Royal Credit Union today at rcu.org/difference. Insured by NCUA.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do
When you graduate, they graduate.
Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
So we're back here at Carson Park, heading into the bottom of the sixth inning. And we have to say goodbye to Dan as he's got to take off and drive people to the airport. Why anybody would want to go to the airport when there's a perfectly good baseball game going on is beyond me. But that's the way it works.
Appreciate your cooperation with Carson Park. Seeing site.
So the score bug might get a little bit behind, but we'll do the best we can. Due up for the Cavaliers in the bottom of the sixth inning. We have Ashton Kroll, followed by Caden Erickson and Xavier Bembnister. And on the mound, well, this is new pitcher, Damon Carlson, coming in for Bruja. And thank you, Ben, for coming up here. Ben Ryder joining us again. He's on the camera today. And Ashton Kroll at the plate. Damon Carlson on the mound. That pitch is in the dirt. Carlson winds and delivers. Outside, ball two. This is the problem teams run into when they come to a ballpark with 11 players. You have no depth in pitching, and if your starting pitching is in trouble, it could be a long night. There's a shot out into left field. Kroll gets on a base hit. That puts us back at the top of the order. Caden Erickson. Erickson is 2 for 3 tonight. And the pitch. That was outside. Ben, just get the pitcher kit. That one's in the dirt. And the pitch swung on and missed. 2 balls and a strike to Caden Erickson. Kroll on first. And the pitch swung on and missed, strike 2. Damon Carlson on the mound for the Eagles. Curveball misses high. Count is now full. Erickson triple to left his last time up. And that pitch is behind him for ball 4. Puts Kroll over on second, Erickson on first, and up steps Xavier Bembnister. Bembnister is 2 for 2 tonight. He also has a sacrifice fly, and he drew a walk and scored. And the pitch, it's outside for a ball. And the pitch, outside. Two balls and no strikes. That one gets past the catcher back to the backstop. Nobody going anywhere. Caps may very well have, how can we say this most politely, called off the dogs. And the pitch, that's high. Oh, they called it a strike. Bembnister shot a little bit of a glance back at Matt Miller. And the pitch, that's outside. So the bases are now loaded with nobody out. That'll bring up Cade Mueller. And the pitch, that's behind the back of Mueller. Carlson at the belt, and he delivers. Mueller swings and fouls it back into the net. Kroll's on third. Erickson on second. Bembnister on first. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that pitch is behind him. If he can get that curveball to break, it could become pretty devastating because it does look like it's coming behind you. That one missed outside. And that one's outside for ball 4, and it's an RBI walk for Cade Mueller. And we have time called. And I think we might be heading for a pitching change here. And we do have a new pitcher, and we'll get it all figured out right after this timeout on NLWN-TV. Okay, let's look and see where people are going here.
I'm your retirement fear, but don't be scared. You're still in pre-retirement.
Does that mean I have more time to plan?
Precisely. Here, this is pretirement.org.
Retirement savings options? Potential tax breaks.
Move.
This isn't scary. I'm doing it.
You got this.
Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
We're not powerless, so long as we don't lose sight of what's important.
Don't be afraid to seize that moment to talk to your friends.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space.
The first step on our new journey. You coming?
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
I've always been told I gotta be strong. Thick skin, tough as nails. But to be everything for everybody, it wears on you. Black don't crack, they say. But it can. We all can. Reach out to a friend if you see them going through it. No matter who you are, being vulnerable is what makes us whole. Learn how to help at seizetheawkward.org.
Let NLWN-TV take you out to the ballgame.
Join us on Saturday, August 10th, as we bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers taking on the
Noah Taylor is the new pitcher for the Menomonie Eagles. And that pitch is outside to Sam Knickerbocker. Knickerbocker's 1 for 4. Pitch is outside. You got Erickson on third, Bembnister on second, Mueller on first. And a strike called to Knickerbocker. 2 balls and 1 strike. Nobody out. Cavs are on top 16-1. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. That pitch missed outside. And the pitch. And Knickerbocker gets the RBI walk. And I do think absolutely that Menomonie has run out of pitching. Josh Garcia comes to the plate. That's 4 walks in a row following the Ashton Kroll base hit. Garcia has walked twice. That's high for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. And that's outside for ball 3. Swing and a miss. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. Check swing, foul ball, out of play off the left side. He checked his swing, but the ball found the bat. And the pitch. That's inside for ball 4. That's the 3rd straight RBI walk given up by the Eagles. And it brings up Dalton Steele. The first pitch was a called strike. Foul back to the press box. Ben's eyes got big on that one. Just off to our right. And the pitch. That's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball over to short. Knocked down, but they're not going to make a play. That'll be an error, I believe. Nope, they gave him the hit. An infield hit for Dalton Steele. And he also picked up an RBI. As in to score is Xavier Bembnister. And the pitch is inside. Cole Timon. As I mentioned earlier, you got things going for the Cavaliers in that championship game with a solo home run over the left field fence. There's a long fly ball out in the left field, way back, and it's off the wall. 1 run's in, 2 runs come in, and Cole Timon with a double off the Pepsi sign out in left field. And he picked up 2 more RBI. Driving in, Mueller and Knickerbocker. And up to bat is Eli Rathke. Batting for Windishausen. 2 runners on, nobody out. Pitch is high and away. Timon didn't miss the grand salami by very much on that one. It hit about 2-3 feet down on that Pepsi sign. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike to Rathke. He shows bunt and offers. He had the third baseman playing way back. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. And there's a base hit out into left field. 1 run comes in. Throw to third, and they're not going to get a play on Timon. So an RBI single for Rathke. And it drives in Garcia. Check that. It drove in Steele. Broken bat, ground ball to second, and they got Delikowski. 4-3 on the put out. It's going to bring up Ashton Kroll. And Delikowski does get an RBI on that. 6 runs so far this inning for the Cavaliers. And there's a called strike on the inside corner. Kroll is the 11th batter up this inning. And that got Kroll. So 2 runners on. Caden Erickson with his second plate appearance this inning. He walked the last time. Prior to that, he hit a 2 RBI triple. And we have a bit of an injury timeout here. Kroll is holding his leg. And we'll see who goes out to run for him. Ryan Bembnister escorting him off. And we want to say hello to our fans over in Germany watching the broadcast. They're in the Frankfurt area. I spent a few years in the Frankfurt area back when I was in the service. And out running for Kroll is Trenton Palmer. He's going to re-enter. And the shot is inside. Ben was telling us about that. Did you say Claire? Claire Barnard. Line shot foul down the third baseline. We always like getting the international audiences. We occasionally have viewers in the Kwajalein Atoll in the South Pacific. Yeah, our regular German audience moved. They moved to Kwajalein. Ground ball over to short. Fobbled by the shortstop, and he can't make a play. That's going to be an error. Throw behind the runner, and he's back in safe. At third, Erickson's on with an error by the shortstop. And the bases are now loaded with one out. Cavs on top, 23-1. There's a foul back into the netting. Xavier Bembnister at the plate. And the pitch is high. Bembnister has to duck out of the way. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Foul ball back up over the top of us.
Oh, that's right.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Swung on foul tip into the glove for strike 3. So Bembnister goes down swinging. It's going to bring up Cade Mueller. Mueller's 0 for 3. Did get on an error. He's been hit by the pitch and drawn a walk. First pitch is outside for a ball. And the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. It falls in for a base hit. 1 run comes in. Mueller takes a big turn and heads back. So that'll bring up, by the way, Kroll came in to score. We'll check that was Palmer that came in to score for Kroll. And Sam Knickerbocker at the plate fouls the first one away. Oh, check that. That was wrong about that. It wasn't Palmer that came in to score. It was Rathke. One ball and 1 strike. Pop foul out of play. So we have Palmer on third, Erickson on second, Mueller on first. 2 down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Sam Knickerbocker. He pops one foul on the third base side, and they can't get to it. Burden playing third base couldn't get over there. And the pitch. That's low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. And the pitch. Pop up, foul territory, out of play on the left side. Off the bleachers. And the count remains 2-2. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. That's going to find a gap and then head out. And everybody moves up 1 base. That will bring in Palmer. So give Knickerbocker credit for an RBI single. Erickson's on third. Mueller on second. Knickerbocker on first. And at the plate is Josh Garcia. Check swing. Ball 1. Garcia has walked 3 times in his 3 plate appearances. And he fouls that one away on the left side. And the pitch. There's a foul ball back into the net right out in front of us. Ball and 2 strikes. There's a fly ball out into right field, falls in for a base hit. And an RBI. And that brings Erickson in to score. So we have Mueller on third, Knickerbocker on second, Garcia on first, and Dalton Steele at the plate. And that pitch goes back to the screen. Nobody tries to advance. Cavaliers are pretty much playing station to station right now. They're on top 24-1. That pitch was high for ball 2. There's a pop-up, falls in. Everybody advances 1 station. So an RBI single for Dalton Steele. He's got a 2-hit night, both of them this inning. And Ann was correct. It is 27-1. And it brings Cole Timon to the plate. Throw to second, and they got him. They picked him off at second base to get out of the inning. And so there were 12 runs on a mess of hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. So we have played 6 innings, and it's the Cavaliers 24 and the Menomonie Eagles 1 on NLWN-TV.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
Yeah, I think one of the things us veterans are hoping for is soon the cabin will be built.
It's going to be amazing to be able to come to a place like this and stay at a cabin with amazing people, animals, a view, and get away from it all.
Country Haven Farms is fundraising to complete our cabin, giving Wisconsin veterans and their families a much-needed escape in the Northwoods. Donations of any amount are encouraged, and sponsorships are available at all levels. To make a donation or sponsorship, please visit our website or give us a call.
Well, we head to the top of the 7th inning, and the 10-run rule will be in effect. Dalton Steele on the mound for the Cavaliers, going to try and finish things up. And I'm looking out there. I don't see any major changes otherwise for the Cavaliers. Due up for the Eagles, Ryan Cisco. And then we got to see where Carlson comes into the batting order, because I think it's going to be Burden and Hendrick. I think that's, yeah, I see Burden in the on-deck circle. When they brought Carlson in to pitch, I'm not sure where he slid into the lineup. So Ryan Cisco, he's 1 for 2, singled and scored his first time up. Swing and a miss for strike 1. With Dalton Steele on the mound. And he got him. That one got him right on the wrist, and he's shaking his hand going down to first. And this will be Damon Carlson.
Damon Carlson.
And the pitch is high. Two balls, no strikes. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Parker Burden on deck. And there's strike 2 on the inside corner. That was inside. And called out on strikes is Damon Carlson. 1 out, runner on first. Parker Burden comes to the plate. And a pop foul back out of play. Steele delivers. And there's a pop Foul. Into the bleachers. Foul ball, look out back here. Just missed our press box. Might have had Steve ducking too. I know Ben was about to bail under the table. No balls, 2 strikes. Parker Verdon. And the pitch. That one's fouled away. No balls and 2 strikes to Parker Verdon. Ground ball, third base picked up by Bembnister. Throw over to first, and Delikowski can't handle the throw. And so Verdon is going to get on an error. That's going to bring up Lucas Smith. One out. And the first pitch is low for a ball. Inside, ball 2. And that one's low and away. Ball 3, 3-0. 2 runners on with 1 out. And that one's fouled at the plate. Balls and a strike. 3 balls and a strike. One out, 2 runners on, 3-1 pitch. Fouled away off the right side. That was kind of over by our car there, Ann. Yeah, but my insurance guy isn't going to like that after I hit the deer earlier. High and inside. Jace Verdon out of the batter's box. And he draws the walk. So the bases are loaded with 1 out. Cooper Bruja coming to the plate. Bruja's 1 for 2. And the pitch is outside. There's a fly ball out into center field. Windeshausen on his horse. He gets over there and makes the catch. Runner tags and is going to score. So Bruja gets credit for a sacrifice fly to center field and an RBI. As Cisco comes in to score. So Noah Taylor comes to the plate. Verdon is on second. And Smith is on first. And Taylor is 1 for 3. singled his first time up, then struck out and popped out to first. 2 down. That's high for ball 2. Cavaliers on top. 27-2. And that one got him in the forearm. That's the second. Yeah, second batter hit by the pitch this inning by Dalton Steele. And due up is Cage Sorensen. But it looks like Matt Schaff is stepping up. And the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Windeshausen there, and he makes the catch. And that'll do it. And so the Eagles did pick up a run that inning on no hits. There was 1 error, and they had 3 left on base. So the final score, Cavaliers 27 and the Menomonie Eagles 2. And we'll be back to talk more about this one right after this timeout when we get to talking baseball on NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on NLWN-TV. This copyrighted presentation has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network in conjunction with the Eau Claire Cavaliers and is intended for the enjoyment of the viewing and listening audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction in any form without the express written consent of the Northern Light Webcasting Network LLC and the Eau Claire Cavaliers is prohibited. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Time now for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, back out to the ballpark.
And we are back here at Carson Park getting ready to do a little talking baseball. And the Cavaliers, well, they kind of came away with a big win over the Menomonie Eagles by a score of 27-2. Most runs this year the Cavaliers have put up, and most of that is a result of that 6th inning where the Cavaliers put, I think I saw 15, well, let's see, 17 batters to the plate, and they picked up a mess of runs. And so the winning pitcher, I believe, is Eli Rathke. And the question that I have about that is, you have to go in a 9-inning game, you have to go 5 innings. Rathke went 4, but the game only went 7. And in a 7-inning game, the Cavaliers, well, in the 7-inning game, a pitcher only has to go 4 innings. So I'm not sure if Rathke gets the win or not. I suspect he does. And so for now, we'll give Eli Rathke the win, which would raise his record to 6-0. And Parker Verdon picks up the loss. And after that sixth inning, I kind of lost track of the Cavaliers' runs, hits, errors, and left on. And so we'll leave it at that. But pretty decent pitching performance today by Eli Rathke. Mason Yarrington came in and threw a couple of good innings, and then Dalton Steele came in and threw the final inning to wrap things up. And basically, this game, it was the Eagles absolutely ran out of pitching. Parker Verdon was trying to keep them in the game. Carson Hendrick came in and gave up 3 runs on an inning and a third. Bruja came in, Carlson came in, and they just really struggled finding the plate and keeping Cavaliers off the base. Now, I suspect we're going to get manager Ryan Bembnister up here in just a moment, but we will take this quick timeout while we wait for him on NLWN-TV.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
Yeah, I think one of the things
2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
we've given back in a lot of different ways, through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built a tiny house. It's really exciting to be able to give back in different ways.
to learn more or to help financially, would find us on Facebook or www.janakelly.com.
And we're back here at Carson Park talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Bembnister. And Ryan, there isn't a whole lot to say about this when you win a game 27-2. So
yeah, no, it's and unfortunate for Menomonie. They came in really shorthanded because of the rain yesterday. So they had to pick up a few guys, 3-4 guys from other teams to play, which, they're good players and everything like that. But when you don't have the same team and you're missing a lot of arms and a lot of that, and, and it is what it is. And I feel bad for those guys. They're way better than what the score said. They just had some, they ran out of arms.
One inning that just made it
Yeah.
really, really difficult for them.
Yeah, it's too bad because I know that they're a better team than that.
And they're trying really hard to build a good program over there, and I wish them all the best of luck because I think they're on the right track. They just had a difficult night to try to deal with.
Yeah, that's just the thing. It's too bad there. That just we're on a roll right now. I mean, you kind of ran into a steam train in the Caps. I mean, because of what we've done in the last few games, it's we're on a roll, and I mean it's just unfortunate, but good for them getting through a season. I think they might have a game or two left, and I wish them the best the rest of the year, and I hope they get picked up in one of the leagues for the WBA.
And for the Cavaliers, you're right. You guys are on a roll. You feel bad for Menomonie, but at the same time, when the Cavaliers can produce 27 runs, there's something pretty good to be said about that.
Yeah, we were talking about a few guys at the plate that had a really good approach, and if they have that approach going against whoever we play on Saturday, I mean, it's gonna be nice. I mean, Cole's starting to hit the ball really well. Hobbs hitting the ball really well. Caden's hitting the ball really well. Mueller's putting the ball in play. Sam's doing what Sam's doing. I mean, that's just those guys there, and then you just start sprinkling everybody else. Tilly Dayton, Romy had a couple hits tonight. It was good. It just all around the team was all over the place tonight.
How about that shot by Carson Windishausen? We've been waiting all year to see that.
Yeah, and that's good to see right there. And his approach to the plate, the other times were good too. Unfortunately got hit a couple times there in the back, but
yeah, he wasn't very happy about that.
No, we pulled him out of the game, so we don't want anything that happened to him, and that's too bad. We actually with Ashton Crowley, we took him over to the yard to check out his elbow because he got hit pretty hard there in the elbow. So, hopefully everything goes well with him because we're going to need him for this WBA tournament this next weekend and the following weekend.
I think Cole Timon missed a grand slam by about 2 feet. I think that's about how high off the fence it hit.
Yeah, he hit the ball hard there, didn't he?
He smacked it good. I thought it was going to get out of here. But,
Yep. Well, and that was one of the plans too. Is a couple of these guys who've been playing a lot, doing whatever, their swing was a little off, and Cole's swing's been a little off, and he started getting going against the Bears. So he wanted to get as many swings as he could tonight, which was great, you know. And it was good to get Josh Garcia in the game for 4 at bats, you know, and being his last game. Dalton Steele's only got 1 game left with us, so it's good to get him out there for a couple at bats and some field time and some pitching time. So we're going to need him on Saturday before he takes off, but that'll be his last game as a Cav too. So it's just good to get these guys out there to get recognized by the fans.
Well, congratulations, because I know you've got a big weekend coming up. Saturday and Sunday. Fill us in real quick on what that's all about.
The WBA, we're in the River Falls pool in River Falls. So we picked up a game. We got a game on Saturday at 4:00, and when we play the loser of the first game, that's Friday night, and that's River Falls and DC Everest. Those are the 2 teams in our pool. After that game, then no matter what, we'll play on Sunday against the winner of that game from Friday night. So
you're going to play
River Falls and DC Everest.
And the Everest Merchants.
Yep.
We just don't know which order.
We don't. And it takes 2 wins to get you out of there. 1-1-1. I mean, if you go 1-1, it doesn't do any good. Tiebreakers, I hate tiebreakers. So just go 2-0 and you can advance on the state.
That's a really good plan.
It is.
All right. Well, we're going to leave it at that because that sounds like a good spot to leave it at and plan accordingly.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Congratulations on the 27-2 win. And we'll be back with some final thoughts right after this timeout on NLWN-TV.
Thanks.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Back here at Carson Park, we're getting ready to wrap things up. Cavaliers come away winners tonight by a score of 27-2. Winning pitcher, we think, is Eli Rathke. Losing pitcher is Parker Verdon. Cavaliers move their season record up. I'll get it here. It's they are now 21-12 on the season as they head into the WBA tournaments this weekend. And the Menomonie Eagles, their record drops to 3-8 overall. So that's just about going to wrap it up here from Carson Park. I want to remind you to join us next Saturday right here on NLWN-TV as we bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers playoff baseball when the Cavaliers will take on the loser of the game between the River Falls Fighting Fish and the Everest Merchants. Our coverage begins at approximately 3:30 p.m. with the In the Dugout show, followed by live play-by-play action. That's Eau Claire Cavalier playoff baseball, Saturday on NLWN-TV. NLWN-2 is excited to be your home again this season for Colfax Viking football. Our first game will be broadcast on Friday, August 23rd, when the Vikings travel to Whitehall High School to take on the Whitehall Norsemen. Coverage begins with Viking pregame at 6:40 p.m. on August 23rd on NLWN-2. And then I want to remind you that coming up later this year, the Northern Light Webcasting Network will broadcast our 500th event. Be sure to stay tuned for special announcements and special awards to our loyal viewers. That's all coming up later this broadcast season on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. I want to also remind you that today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game is brought to you by Menomonie Eye and Optical, with quality personalized care for you and your family. Your Napa Auto Parts store at 3580 Mall Drive in Eau Claire. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Midwest Environmental Consultants, lawn care and soil testing experts for Western Wisconsin. Royal Credit Union. where they're different in a good way, and C&K Construction, concrete experts for the Chippewa Valley. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on NLWN-TV. So, for Ann Monroe on the computer, Dan Petchow on camera, Ben Ryder for jumping in for Dan when he had to take off and drive the shuttle. I'm Rick Olson. That final score once again, Cavaliers 27 and the Menomonie Eagles 2. You've been tuned to Talkin' Baseball on NLWN2.
You have been tuned to Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.